Hello, SpookTube. Today I'm here to talk about a spooky paranormal phenomenon. And that phenomenon is this underlying, unspoken, phantasmal force in the gaming community that says that any new game that's similar to an existing popular one is just trying to rip it off. Marvel Rivals? Oh, that's just a Paladins ripoff. Paladins? Oh, that's just an Overwatch ripoff. Overwatch? That's just a Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare ripoff. And yes, sure, there's a plethora of genuine ripoffs and cheap copycats out there. I mean, just go to your local app store and look for mobile games. However, art builds off of art. And that can also be a beautiful thing. Admittedly, I was folly to this mindset myself when I saw content warning. I read its premise, and was like, oh, they're just trying to piggyback off of Lethal Company, a new 4-player co-op funny, goofy horror craze incoming. But they were giving away the game for free, and me and the boys are always in need of some new multiplayer games to play. So I yoinked a free copy while I could. It was a limited time deal. For a while, it lay there in my Steam library, unplayed, till one day.
Whoa, Mr. Staleman, how do you feel about the economy right now? Wow, that's pretty aggressive.
Give him 10 bucks to tase Jacob right now.
Oh.
No, not me!
There he is. Look at him, little guy. Look at this little goofy goober.
Shit. Hey, this is what I think of that.
After actually playing this game with some friends, I can assure to you, it is a masterpiece. Yes, this video is another one of those opinion pieces masquerading as a video essay. So today, I'm going to talk about content warning, why I love this game so much, and what I think it does to build and expand upon the 4-player funny horror get-in, get-out co-op experience. I'll be comparing it to Lethal Company, but this isn't a hit piece on that game. I love Lethal Company also. I just love content warning more. Both LC and CW are very social games. You and your teammates must cooperate to fulfill a shared objective, and communicating with your teammates is essential, and everyone is working towards that common goal. Quota is all that matters in both games. On the surface, the two objectives sound similar. You go into a spooky, monster-infested place, and you gotta go deep in order to get the stuff you need to meet quota, and at least one person has to get out and survive. But the way a team goes about completing these objectives is where they diverge. They're very different in that aspect. Lethal Company encourages teams to split up. There's no benefit to having 2 people check the same room. If you're split up more, you can cover more ground in the facility and find more loot. The more you carry, the slower you go, and you only have 4 slots. And you do want to get your loot to the ship before the big nasty starts spawning outside, before it gets too late, too dark. So you might delegate one of your teammates to running loot back and forth from the facility to the ship. And on top of that, you might want to delegate someone to the role of ship coordinator, looking at the monitors to check for baddies, disabling turrets, and opening doors. These 3 things all combine to encourage the team to split up, and when the team is together, that's when you're at your safest and most comfortable in these games. But when the sense of security that comes from safety in numbers is taken away from you, that's when the horror elements of the game start to shine. That's when the game's at its spookiest, and it's when you're at your most vulnerable. In contrast, in content warning, there's really not much incentive to split up at all. And all that matters is that the camera gets video. Sure, you might occasionally find some loot items in the underground. However, the only thing that matters is the camera gets footage and gets back, and thus there's very little incentive to stray away from the person holding the camera. In fact, sticking with the camera person provides a lot of benefits to the team. For starters, it puts a buffer between the camera operator and the monsters. Other players can draw the aggression of the monsters away from the camera, which gives them ample opportunity to record said monsters. Therefore, watching your friends suffer painfully, hilariously goofy, silly deaths isn't just a feature of the game, it's a pro strategy. And just like making a film in real life, actor isn't the only role you want on your production team. Lighting is also essential. It's kind of hard to record what you can't see. And though the camera does give off a light when recording, its range is pitiful. So you're going to want to have someone on lighting duty. And you may even want someone on sound duty too, and unlike in real life, you actually get bonus points for getting a boom mic in the shot, or at least the commenters seem to like it, so you might want someone on sound duty as well. And on top of that, there's medical support items. You can heal your friends with hugs and even revive them with a defibrillator, which just feels so clutch and satisfying every time you pull it off. Thus, you may want someone on medical duty. Impromptu roles of content warning really encourage this team to stay together. You just hit quota, and it's payday. You could spend all your money on a new teleporter, and it's all of its utilitarian glory, or you get a boombox and jam out. Sure, Lethal Company is a game with a goal that you gotta achieve, just like most other video games, but it also puts lots of fun little stuff for you to do, like boomboxes or viable furniture for the ship, or a silly little dance. But these things don't help you meet quota. And as the old saying goes, gamers will optimize the fun out of video games. So what's stopping players from policing any behavior that's too fun and impractical?
What did you guys just have to buy?
It's a secret.
A boombox?
It's a secret.
How did you find out?
It's a secret. He doesn't know.
Because there's specifically $60 missing from the fucking pool of money that we had.
There's a lot of things worth $60. Maybe he got a new video game.
So what's stopping players from optimizing the fun out of their game? Well, nothing. Circle Toon said it best when Lethal Company bet on humanity and won. Players still get a little jiggy with it, even though there's no incentive to. And that's a beautiful thing. Content warning is kind of in the same spot. If you want to play optimally and maximize your chances of meeting quota, then you have to reserve all of your footage for monsters. No time to be goofing off, making your own funny intros, outros, and whatnot. You do still get views for recording your friends jumping off of a crane or bouncing around on the trampoline or goofing around in front of the green screen. Sure, it may not be as many views as you would get from monsters, but if you have leftover film after leaving the underground, well, it would be a waste not to use it. The other way content warning helps foster a silly environment is, well, through its context of making a video for SpookTube. It just feels a bit less egregious to waste $500 on an emote in that kind of context and environment, especially when the commenters react to said backflip. That's another one of the game's strengths, is that it doesn't tell you exactly how to get views. It doesn't give you the nitty-gritty details on its scoring system. I mean, yeah, I guess you could look it up on a wiki, but players acquiring knowledge they weren't supposed to have access to using the internet is a whole nother topic of discussion for another day. Do emotes increase your views? What about sound effects? What about the clapper? What about the podcasting booth? Does the green screen increase your views? Because content warning doesn't tell you exactly how its scoring system works, it's impossible to fully deny that these things are wastes of money. And thus, the lines between the extrinsic motivation of wanting to win the game and the intrinsic motivation of wanting to make a fun, silly, goofy little video can get kind of blurred. And the two motives can get happily married. My point is this. Lethal Company gives players silly little things to interact with, but content warning goes further into helping foster that silly social environment. And speaking of wasting money, this video was sponsored by me, NerdPeel. If you clicked on this video, chances are you like content warning, the game I'm talking about. And I've got a whole new selection of stickers based off of / inspired by that very game. There's no limited time offer bullcrap. If you like what you see, just head on to Etsy and buy a pack. Oh yeah, baby. And it's crazy to me that the floppy physics experts behind Totally Accurate Battle Simulator and Rounds made a horror game. And of course, if you played a Landfall game, especially Rounds, you would know that multiplayer networking isn't their greatest strength. Now, the game isn't as buggy as a AAA game. No. This isn't multi-million-dollar budget levels of buggy goodness. No, there's just a few things here and there. I think an over-reliance on client-side sometimes leads to certain things only existing for some people. Take this footage, for instance.
Look at him, he's dead. Dead. Jacob, how does it feel to be dead?
Good, I guess.
That and audio balancing. For proximity voice chat, it works great. But for some reason, whenever we go to produce a video, some players are extremely loud and some are extremely quiet. And I don't know. I just wish there was a better way to compress audio in the videos you make in game. I've ultimately baited you with another clickbait title because the word evolve would imply that content warning is directly better than Lethal Company, when in fact, the two make different choices about what kind of games they want to be, and ultimately that's up to personal preference. Lethal Company leans more towards a traditional horror experience, but also having that goofy fun, whereas Content Warning leans more towards hilarious co-op shenanigans. But I really appreciate Content Warning for the innovations it makes. I don't think I've ever seen a video game where making art is the main gameplay loop, unless you count Jackbox, but I think that's so different it's kind of off in its own category. To me, one of the most important things in life is making memories with your friends and family and the people you care about. And in Content Warning, that's literally how you win. That's the main objective. And that is mind-bogglingly genius, and I love it so much. So sure, maybe Content Warning is just a silly little game where you get points for pointing a camera at monsters. And yeah, you can boil it down to its core code components and see beyond the matrix, like you can with any video game. But to me, it's still profound in what it does. I don't think I've seen a video game where socializing and creative, goofy fun get to thrive as much as they do here in Content Warning. And that makes me wonder, what's the next game to come? What new game is going to rip off Content Warning and push the boundaries of silly social gaming even further? I'm Nerdpeel. Thank you all so much for watching.
Scream Man, the scary man that came out of the kitchen and went right into your washer. Let's see if we can find Scream Man, the scary man that came out of the...
This has been the... This is how I feel about the ice cream man. This is how I feel!
I got egg beaded.
Geo?
Let's get this.
Whoa, he landed in the Milky Way! Whoa! What a backflip!
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind, a journey in wondrous land where who's being...
He did! Oh god, oh, taste him again, please! Taste him again! Taste him again! Ah!
Dead.
She'll make a clap.
Oh, nice.
And looks like you'll have to suffer a little more. Yes. Get hurt for me, yes.
Wonder Boy!
Well, what did we learn about egg beaters?
They're dangerous if you run
You can
in
beat
front
mommy.
of them.
Kitchen safety is very important, guys.
Yes, sir.
Spidey boy. Oh, what? He just... What? How do you feel, Snowman? You look a little down. You're not even moving. Hey guys, this is our friend Jacob. He recently underwent a lobotomy. So we're gonna have to push him in with us to the diving bell.
So caked up.
The only question is how are we gonna get to the dive? We hope no one walks into the succulent... Oh, what? Oh, that's so unexpected!
No, you're not.
Get stabbed by him. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
The second I came up from there, they're just fucking dying, and everyone's dying, and Jerry's dead, and